Are you ready? This is always the exciting part when I'm teaching in person because everybody's just looking at me wondering, how are we going to get this off? Well, this is what we're going to do. So we secured all those loose ends. We went back in and we did all our little knots, and they're tucked away, all nice and clean looking. So what we're going to do now is we're going to turn our jewel loom over so that its backside is facing up. We're going to bring in our cutters. We're going to be holding the loom, and as we're holding the loom, we're also holding our project. Do you see how I've got it there? And when I cut this, you have to remember the loom has been in this warped position for a while. So it could make a sound, but don't worry. So let's do that now together. And again, highly recommend, just watch me. If you want to do it with me, that's cool. If you want to watch first and then do it on your own, it's your choice. But what I'm going to do is I've got my project in my hand, my loom in my hand, my cutters, and I'm just going to cut super close to the back button. Oh, that wasn't too painful. That was easy peasy. And pop it off. Yay! Awesome. Okay, now I'm going to put my glasses back on. And where's my backside? There's the backside. So very carefully want to come in here and snip those little guys as close as possible without cutting anything else. And yes, I have done that. I have done that, and oh my heck. And then you see the loops here, the pieces that are still connected. I'm just finding the middle and cutting those. Wow, okay. So here's our project, and now we're going to start to make it all come together. This is so exciting. So what I'm going to do, you can see now too, I just want to point this out because this thought is coming to me to share this with you. You could see why it's so important to position your project centered in the loom, okay? Because you really want to have the same amount as possible of warp threads on each side. So you can see that. Let me get this out of the way. All right, so what we're going to do is I'm going to take 2 of the warps and I'm going to create a little knot here, and I'm just going to help slide that down. And remember, when you are doing this, you need to remember your warps are going in this straight up and down position. So if I pull too much on this side, they're going to come pulling out over here. So it's this fine, delicate balance of how tight you get the knot and how much you're pulling. So you can kind of see I'm like doing it in stages. It's kind of like the awakening, right? The awakening of the awareness. And I'm just pulling, pinching, perfect, okay? So there's my first one. Then I'm going to come over here with the other 2 warps, and I'm doing the same thing. I'm taking the 2 pieces and wrapping them so that I can create this nice little knot. I just kind of keep working it down. Just be patient. This isn't the time to rush this segment of the process. Sometimes you just pull a little bit on one leg, a little bit on the other leg, because we want these to be nice and even. And I could tell I'm a little bit off here, so just bear with me. Yep. And I can see like one of these little guys. There we go. Just pull very gently. Nice. Okay, perfect. And then I'm going to come over here and do the other side. Same exact step. Just going to put that in. Perfect. I love these bracelets. I mean, think about it. You can mix this up into so many different color assortments, different size beads. These 6mm though, I tell you, they really make it easy to make some super quick projects. Nice. Okay, so just want to make sure, take a look at these guys, make sure they're nice and tight and even. Great. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I am going to take my toggle, my wooden button, which what I want to point out here is just due to demand, due to manufacturing, due to all of that, you may have a 2-hole wooden toggle clasp in your kit, and or you may have a 1-hole. Okay, same technique here. It's just that sometimes we get the 2 holes in and sometimes we get the 1, and never too sure. So I just want to point that out so you're not like, Jules, my toggle only had 1. It's okay. All right, so what I did there was I threaded the warps into the holes, and you can see same thing that I did here, but I just went through 1 hole, okay? And what I'm going to do now, okay, I got a little issue with this guy over here. Let me just kind of massage him out. Okay, so now I'm going to take these guys and I'm going to make another knot. They're a little shorter, so it's a little more challenging. All right, I know there's a 4th one of you. I got 3 of you. Where's the other one? Is this you? Maybe. Okay, bear with me, because you might be experiencing this too, so it's good to kind of do these types of, oh no, steps together. So what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get all 4 strands back through the loop so that I can make the little knot here. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yay! And the fairies and the angels and everybody just started to dance. You know what I'm talking about too. It's that moment where you're like, oh my gosh, perfect. Yum, yum. Okay, so we got that done. And now what I do, and I'm going to bring in the finished one because I want to kind of connect all of this thinking together for you. So you've got the one end with the toggle clasp, and then you can see that it fits through this opening. And really, in order to know how big that opening should be, you do the following. So I will take, and by the way, I don't usually trim these excess guys until the end, because what if I have to go back and I need some of that, okay? So just wait till the end. And if I'm making it for somebody, honestly, I'll take the bracelet and my cutters with me and I'll make sure it fits them, and then I trim it up just in case. Okay, so what I do is I take this end and I just pretend that I have my area there, and I can see, hopefully you can see this. Okay, so I can see that I need to keep an opening that big. Perfect. And now what I'm going to do is I've pinched all 4 of those warps together, and I'm going to bring in my copper wire. This is copper wire that you have in your kit. And I place the wire underneath the warps, and then I start to wrap it. Now those first couple of wraps, I'm pretty aggressive because I really want to make sure that I'm getting this really nice and tight. Now this is a copper wire, and you can tell just by the heat of my fingers that if there's any kinks or if I need to straighten it out for any reason, just from the heat of my fingers, because it is copper, it relaxes really nice. Now I'm going to take the tail here. I'm just doing this wrapping dance. And okay, and then I'm going to come back. Let's check in. Let's check in to see. Okay, yeah, it's good. Yes, I do talk to my projects. Isn't this great? It really is symbolic of the journey. So wire cutters, don't ever use your really super nice beading thread cutters on the wire because you will ruin them. So make sure that you have wire cutters, okay? Super important. So I'm just gonna come over here, nip that off, and when I'm cutting tiny pieces, I take my hand and I put it over the cut. And if I see that there's anything poking up, I'll just come in with my chain or my flats and just kind of push that down. Perfect. And I'm going to go ahead and get rid of this guy as close as I can. Okay, looks good. Hopefully that opening is good. The great thing is that if for any reason that this is not enough, we can undo ourselves. And yeah, so you've got more wire if you want to do like a decorative little wrap up here on top of this knot. So we can do a couple of those really quick. This is so cool. So we've asked for what we want. We believe that we're going to get it, and we receive. And we have our awareness cuff to remind us of how fabulous we are, how worthy we are, how anything we want in divine time comes. Nice. So we're just wrapping this around. And I'm going to go ahead and trim that now. Yay! I've got a little poker over here. I want to get rid of that because I don't want that to scratch. And again, cut. Yay! Oh my goodness. Fun. Oh, I just love these bracelets. I love them. They're so easy to make. And once you get the rhythm down, once you get the process, like I said earlier, I can make these in under an hour. And so what great gifts, please, when we learn something, it's always a great thing to pay it forward. So if you've got somebody in your life that you think could benefit from this very simple idea of just being aware that something's not quite right, and it doesn't mean that the world's falling apart. You don't have to have like some big dramatic thing wrong. It just means, hey, you know what? I need a little tweak over here, or it could be a big life change. I mean, I've made a few in my time, and on all levels. And once I became aware, I sat with it. I asked for what I wanted. I believed that it was going to come, and it did. And again, I can't even begin to say thank you enough for taking this journey with me. Remember, there's a private Facebook group, so anytime along the journey that you've got a question, please reach out. I can't wait to see your projects. Oh my gosh, how much fun is that going to be? So you have to make sure that you post them into the Jewel Loom Creatrix Facebook group, and again, it's private. So you have to ask for approval to be added and all that good stuff. Thank you, thank you, thank you.